gotta go anyway.
Oh, did you want the light, by the way?
Which light?
This
Nah.
one?
Alright. We're good.
And yeah, like I said, I'll just record for a little bit and head on out.
Okay. Alright, everybody. Sorry I'm running a little late. Changed up the computer setup again. Trying to find the best mix of things to do. Maybe I'll get it right one of these days. But anyway. So, let's see, I had a little prop. Let me see what I did with it. A little box. There it is. Thank you. So, if you follow me on Instagram, maybe you checked out my YouTube video, you saw that I made these little square turned lidded boxes. And I got a lot of interest about that, and a lot of interest and a lot of people asking questions about it. So I thought I would just do a live today and kind of loosely run through some of the finer points that I missed out on in the video. So I'm not really, the goal here isn't really to do the project, it's really just to kind of like go through some things and answer any questions that anybody might have. So this is good. If you had questions about it, this is a good time to pop into the chat and ask. So anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably get started with showing you how this all gets laid out and everything. So let's switch cameras and start working on that. All right. So again, I changed some stuff around over here, so you just have to bear with me a bit while I get myself situated. So let's get this out of the way. Okay, so I got a couple of blanks. I got a couple of blanks and blocks here, and I probably need to get a ruler also. Grab one of those. Okay. So I've been making these little square turn boxes, various sizes and shapes and things. Well, technically not shapes, but in various sizes. But this right here is a 2-inch. This is about a 2-inch block. In the video, I showed you how to check how to get. You take center and then use a compass to draw a circle, which marks out the rest of your the axes that you're going to mount the piece by. So one of the things I'm not sure that I went over really well is how big this circle has to be, right? So I'm going to get my scratch awl and I'm going to make a little point here in the middle, and then I'm going to run through that real quick with you guys. So I struggled with this a little bit when I was trying to figure out how this all worked, and what I came up with is, yeah, I know the video's a little off, but I'm trying a new setup today, so try to bear with me if you can. So anyway, I was struggling with how big to make the circle, because originally I was making it pretty big, and the problem with that is that the other axes ended up outside of the finished piece, so, or very close to the edge, which made holding it very difficult. So what I came to is, now firstly I make the circle a little smaller. It doesn't seem to matter just how big the circle is, but for argument's sake I'm gonna go ahead and do that on both sides. Okay, and then what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna check it and make sure before I commit to this. So what I'm gonna do is set this compass so that the point is on one of my axes, right? And I'm not going to press in too deep because I don't want to make a permanent mark there in case that's not going to work out. And basically I'm going to set this over to about halfway on one side, okay? Because that's about where our arc is going to pass through. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and scribe that arc, right? And now that I have that arc scribed, I can clearly see where my anchor point, where my axis mark is going to be. So, and it's well within the outside of my box. So this is a good circle. So versus trying to tell you some random percentage or some fixed number, which obviously wouldn't work, I'm just showing you how you can do this by relative measurement and be able to have success. So you basically, like I said, you just basically you draw one of these arcs out. Oops. You draw one of these arcs out from your anchor point. I got this set pretty tight, so it's hard to adjust. But you set that up, and then you can check it, and you can check and make sure you're in. And once you know that's good, then you can go back with your scratch awl and mark all of your axi, whatever, axis points. Okay, you can go back and mark them on both sides. Okay. And then once you have that marked, then you can go back and you can draw out. You can go back and draw out the shape of your square-sided box. Now this blank right here is not actually square. One of the corners is way off. This corner right here is way off at 90 degrees, which is why this corner comes together and not right on the edge of the blank like the other three do. That's the reason why that's that way, but that doesn't really matter. By the time you get all this done, that won't make any difference at all. So you just go from each axis and scribe the line, and now you know. Now you can see what size, you can see what the overall outer shape of your box is going to look like, and you can verify that these points are inside, so that when you go to mount it, see here, I got one of my live centers here. So when I first did it,